The day my husband Jacob left for Iraq marks a day in my life that I will never forget. My eyes opened before his that morning, March 18th, 2010. The minute I awoke, an overwhelming sense of sickness filled my heart, and there was a pit in my stomach. I felt as though 1,000 pounds were upon my shoulders, but I knew I had to do whatever it took to get through, to be strong, because I knew he would be. I brushed my teeth and did my best to comb my hair. I did not want to wake him. In fact, I was hoping he would sleep in, and maybe, just maybe, his flight would be delayed. What if he slept in? Would they not make him go? I kept looking out into our living room, where he had placed our bed the night before, knowing that I would not want to sleep in our bedroom after he had to leave. It was hard to breathe, difficult to eat. It seemed as though I was on the verge of a breakdown. I prayed for God to relieve some of the pressure in my chest. I prayed that I would make it through the morning, but most of all, I prayed that he would come home safely to me the following year. I knew without a doubt it was going to be tough. Some days were going to be a struggle. In my heart, I knew I could rely on my relationship with God to pull us both through. I prayed. As he woke up that morning, I remember praying not to cry, but rather for the strength to overcome me so as to be able to enjoy the last few hours I would spend with the love of my life. I watched him pack his bags. I saw a glimpse of the small silver cross that our pastor had given him, and noticed he had duct taped it to his bulletproof vest. It was a sign of reassurance to me that not only was the technology of the vest going to protect him from the enemy, but also that God would be with him every step of the way. I prayed. As we entered the gates to Fort Carson later that morning, I remember a specific moment when for the first time in over a month I was able to take a deep breath. The weight had been lifted off my shoulders and my prayers were answered. I went about the next few hours laughing with and loving on my wonderful husband as we were surrounded by many tears. I was able to spend the quality time with him that I had prayed for all morning. I knew that God had blessed me. Before we knew it, the time had come for our see you later kisses. I had to force myself to turn around and walk away. My heart sank as tears rolled down my cheeks, but I knew without a doubt that God would take care of us during this difficult time. His never-ending love prevailed, as always. We spent an entire year apart, yet through our relationship with Christ, we felt so close together. He provided strength and comfort for me, and I often mentioned he was my stand-in husband for the duration of Jacob's deployment to Iraq. I believe in the